We are always slow in admitting any great change of which we do not see the intermediate steps. Sympathy for someone else's joy is a much rarer gift than sympathy for someone else's suffering. The highest possible stage in moral culture is when we recognize that we ought to control our thoughts. It is always advisable to perceive clearly our ignorance. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. Man selects only for his own good, nature only for that of the being which she tends. The love for all living creatures is the most noble attribute of man. If the misery of the poor is caused not by the laws of nature, but by our institutions, great is our sin. To those who fully recognize the immorality of the human soul, the death of our world will seem less terrible. A scientific man ought to have no wishes, no affections, a mere heart of stone. We stopped looking for monsters under our bed when we realized that they were inside us. One original law leading to the advancement of all organic beings, namely, multiply, vary, let the strongest live, and the weakest die. Great is the power of steady misrepresentation. In conclusion, it appears that nothing can be more improving to a young naturalist than a journey in distant countries. Man, in his arrogance, thinks himself a great work, worthy of the interposition of a deity, more humble, and I believe truer, to consider him created from animals. Intelligence is based on how efficient a species becomes at doing the things they need to survive. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, but the most adaptable. There is nothing more unbearable than idleness. Blushing is the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. We must, however, acknowledge, as it seems to me, that man with all his noble qualities still bears in his bodily frame the indelible stamp of his lowly origin. Marrying is not at all difficult. It is difficult to be married. The very essence of instinct is that it's followed independently of reason. The more we know the immutable laws of nature, the more incredible miracles become for us. Share secrets with those who have no friends. Be friends only with those who have many friends.